Hey everybody, welcome to this live weekly group coaching call. Hope you are all well. And today I'm with my friend Blake. Blake said that last week. I actually dreamed of my friend Jake last night, funnily enough, and then he messaged me this morning. So I have Jake in my mind. Yeah, you're Blake, and I'm Owen. So yeah, you were just saying you're doing some sun gazing, and like it's subtle, hard to notice the effects, but and you've been doing some sunbathing. It's nice weather where you are recently to boost your body's health
Yeah,
and well-being.
yeah. I'm working outside for like 6 hours now.
Ah, really? Is
Yeah,
it
every afternoon.
outside swimming pool?
Hmm.
Is it?
Yeah,
Oh wow, nice. That must be really nice if it's sunny weather. Yeah, wow, it's incredible.
yeah, it's good. It's good.
Yeah, you can see the
I
time.
was outside every day in Arizona all day.
Oh,
And the winter is much warmer, so it was a little now I'm indoors and there's less sun where I live. So
I
finally feels like I'm going back into the sun again.
you what? You look forward to coming back into the sun. You're happy to.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
Yeah. You can see on your complexion like you have a nice tan on your body.
Oh, you can see it?
Yeah,
I didn't know.
well, yeah, definitely. You can see it for sure. Yeah. So yeah, how's everything going with everything? In terms of everything you're like working on your diet, I guess it's mostly diet we talk about in our recent calls. If there's anything else you want
Yeah.
to talk about, you're very welcome also. But otherwise, also just keep plugging away at the whole like relationship with food and relationship with ourselves and how it ties into our past and our current and the world and everything else psychologically,
Yeah.
emotionally, physically.
I mean, I definitely feel like by doing the sticking with the raw foods mainly, yeah, I don't know, like it's like they say when you do a juice fast, each juice fast is different, right?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, juice fasting or feasting is amazing. I'm actually really inspired to do something like a liquid feast, but I'd probably add in some smoothies and into not just juices and some nut milks like almond milk. But yeah, and I'll
Uh-huh.
probably do some juice feast only days as well. But yeah, it's incredible results, really amazing. So yeah,
Yeah,
every
so I
every
mean, I'm not feeling so much severe detox symptoms, but I am feeling a little bit, and I don't know. I think yeah, it's been a great experience, and
yeah.
then
Have you
I think it will become like a lifestyle, you know?
Wow, that's what my friend is doing. He's around 58 and he's like he only juices in the weekdays and the weekend he eats.
Oh, really?
And he did it recently and I think it was like around 100 day well maybe last year he did 100 day juice feast. But he added in some
Really?
hot chocolate, which is no big deal, it doesn't really matter. But no food for like around 100 days, solid food.
Yeah,
But he loved it. He said
yeah,
he never felt better. Even these days during the week, he said he sleeps like a log, amazing, powerful, deep sleep. He wakes up in an amazing feeling, and it's like meditation. He feels so good on it. So between him and other people, I'm more inspired to. I'm already doing quite a lot more liquids these days, anyway. Like I said, almond milk, maybe raw vegan blended soup, and also these amazing smoothies are just the bomb. I just love them. Green smoothies, I feel so good on them, loaded with organic chlorella and spirulina and all sorts of nice things like chia seeds, flax. Today I added in some sunflower seeds and then bananas, dates, and goji berries and some
oh,
usually add in some vegan protein, little bit of vegan protein powder. And yeah, and I made some ashwagandha today as well. So I just feel so good on them. And my friend Lee, who does this juicing lifestyle, he loves this, so he's going to incorporate this into his regime instead of having chai drink, chai latte.
yeah, yeah.
I have this instead. So yeah, tell me more about you, Blake. Are you on a juice feast at the moment?
No, no, but I am trying to stay like just on juice until 12, and then I'm
Oh,
having a
lovely.
big salad.
Oh, that's
Uh,
brilliant.
yeah, yeah. And then sometimes a little salad in the evening.
Awesome.
Um, Yesterday I had 3 doses though, but they were like
Of
the batter was very fresh. So and it's cooked like real. And then I had a salad afterwards.
I think they had 3 doses. You kind of did say that, didn't you? I think you meant like 3 doses of salad or 3 doses of like
No, no. You
ah,
know what I'm saying, right? A dosa, with
Indeed,
the
there
yeah,
I know they can be very nice. I that's whatever. That's fine. All right, cool. Yeah. Having it with salad really helps. Like that's a big little trick if anyone's watching or we're talking. Always have some raw food to add in the fiber, enzymes, and nutrients when you're having cooked food. Always having some salad for sure helps hugely with energy afterwards. Helps
yeah.
with digestion.
And I had no desire at all to eat the food at the Hare Krishna Sunday feast
Ah, interesting. Yeah.
because like I was going to my mind, and I've heard other juice feast coaches say the same thing, that keep it simple. Your body wants simple.
Ah,
Simple is
yeah.
better.
We're like a Ferrari or like a Porsche, Lamborghini. Like
Oh yeah,
we
I forgot you did that. I like that.
we are a high performance vehicle or like instrument. We definitely like
Yeah,
simplicity. We love simplicity. Our body thrives maximum potency and power on simplicity and liquids as well. Air, liquids, and simplicity overall.
yeah,
Definitely. The more you chewing you got to do and the more ingredients on your plate, the less simple it is and the less high performance you'll have. But there's nothing wrong with that. It's just like a whole lot of different levels.
sure.
It's all part of every there's something for every person, for every soul, and that's magnificent and I love it. And as we change and grow, expand and develop and we let go of certain things in our life, people, places, relationships, jobs, habits, and we replace them with other people, places, relationships, jobs and habits and food and drinks. And little by little, it's great. It's just fine. Every step is good. And but yeah, if in terms of just like literally like rational performance wise, you definitely get a lot more higher performance on liquids, raw foods, and breathing, etc. Pranic.
Sure. I feel
Yeah,
like I have a lot more space in my body.
makes sense. Less full and stuffed up.
Yeah,
It's
like
easier
I
for
can
breathing.
stretch. Yeah, I feel
Yeah,
like I can stretch out easier, and my posture is maybe even a little better sometimes.
yeah, yeah. I've heard from like even like yoga teachers who do hours of yoga every day teaching classes that their flexibility is hugely improved when they eat a raw food diet.
Uh,
And it'd be even better if they like drank a liquid diet or largely liquid or more liquids. Yeah. But we don't want to strive to be somewhere where we're not too much. We just want to be happy where we are and just make little baby steps forwards sometimes or when we feel like it. Just be happy where we are too as well.
sure.
Love and accept ourselves and make a little baby step forward here and there in an adventurous, positive spirit with a loving, compassionate spirit for where we're at the moment as well.
Right, right.
Hard to apply that sometimes to others, like when we don't like people's behaviors or choices or actions with us or words, to have a loving, compassionate, accepting spirit inwardly to where they are. We may like we may oppose or disagree, have different opinions and communicate with that, like but internally to have a more loving, compassionate, peaceful acceptance towards them is a tricky practice sometimes, for sure. It can be tricky for ourselves too, depending on the person for sure. Yeah.
Right, right. Uh, I'm trying to think of like another question. But
How do you feel on the juices? Is it okay if I ask you that question? Up until 12 o'clock, do you feel pretty good, pretty light? You having enough juices and you feel awesome?
yeah, I'm practically almost like not taking much at all. Taking like a lot of hot water and herbal tea.
Cool.
Yeah. That's also, the hot water is also very detoxifying, you know?
Yeah. It's like when you clean pots with warm water, things will clean better with lemon juice, something like this acidic, like
Yeah.
they all clean. Vinegar is like really good for cleaning clothes and stains. Anything like citrus is a really good cleaner because it has like, more acid in it. So and things like orange juice, grapefruit, like limes, mandarins, tangerines, all the citrus family will be more cleansing on our intestines than stuff like
Oh, that's
banana.
called when it pulls, what is that called? Astringent.
Yeah, definitely. Anything acidic or astringent, yeah. fruits are astringent, but the sweet fruits, acid fruits, and then in the middle acid called sub-acid, like mangoes would be sub-acid, and so will apples be. They're not too acidic like the more citrus stuff. But and then the sweet fruits like bananas, dates, figs, durian, um, share probably what else? Kaki fruit or persimmons, they'd be all sweet. They'd be less astringent, but they're still like hydrating and it helps clean your intestines. It's all about
Mhm.
moderation. Some people, if they just do liquids in like up until 12 or 1 or 2 or whatever else, it could feel amazing. Or depending on the person, how much it's detoxifying or their body metabolism and the structure, like Vata, Pitta, Kapha, and depending on the person, like they might feel like absolutely amazing or somewhere in the middle, or they might run out of calories and energy and start to detoxify more, and they might feel a bit like slow in their mind, less like articulate, a little bit harder to concentrate and focus in a conversation, talk back. That's the way I was once yesterday for the first time in a long time. I was doing a mountain walk with my friend Lee, and I'd only had some liquids that day, and I didn't have a lot. So because between all the walking, when I was near coming back to the car, I definitely was finding it much harder to have like hold the proper conversation like I was for the rest of the entire walk previously. And the minute I got back, I just had like an orange and I didn't. I had a whole just a punnet of grapes, and I was just within a few moments I was back to like perfect like mental faculty again. But before that,
Yeah,
I was walking strong. I was strong physical, but mentally it was hard to like fully focus and keep concentration. But usually that doesn't happen to me, but it did yesterday because maybe I didn't eat or drink anything for approximately. I ate and drank very little to nothing, like just a minuscule little bit of liquids, like testing it out for me or the kids or whatever, making sure the almond milk was good or making sure a smoothie was good for somebody else in the family. But apart from that, I probably didn't eat or drink anything for approximately like 2 to 2.5 hours. And then I only had some of a green smoothie, and then I went for the walk. So between the dry microscopic dry fasting and window, and then a little bit of liquids, it wasn't what my usual body was able to like fully feel like 100% perfect on, like or great. So it's always bear in mind like what our limit is and what we need, so we don't start going downhill like mentally or performance wise. If we
yeah,
have
that's why I'm worried about. Sorry, that's why I'm worried about juice fasting while I'm working so much.
precisely. But you have to know your body, and you'll get to know your body pretty easily. So you just the solution is either have more juice or have a liquid smoothie or an almond milk or a nut milk because they're much
Yeah,
denser. They'll go through your body slower and they'll give you more like more energy and less detox. So the result will be definitely more sustaining, powerful energy and well-being and focus, etc. You can
yeah,
always
yeah.
modify because liquids are still a very, very, very good middle ground before just juices. Juices are
Uh-huh.
light and they're less dense. Smoothies or almond milks are a great way, or even homemade raw vegan blended soups. Like they are definitely with some nuts or avocado thrown in. They'd be something similar to a smoothie if you wanted
Uh-huh.
something savory, but they wouldn't be as powerfully energizing and performance boosting as this because this is more like glucose and fructose in it.
Uh-huh.
But you can make a green, like savory, salty-ish type of raw vegan blended soup, super duper easy. Um, yeah, like what I do is like pine nuts, good option, salt or you could use bouillon or like rock salt, or you could use even miso, anything sort of like a salty bit, little bit of stuff, then water, maybe pine nuts or cashew nuts or a different nut or an avocado, and then maybe tomato, and that's probably it. And then some sort of like seasoning of your choice. It could be like, it could be spice or dried herbal or fresh herbs like cilantro or or basil, or it could be like what else? Could be curry mix, whatever you want. So super duper easy, just whip up a quick blended raw vegan soup. Some people like live on
Yeah.
liquidarian diets and they'll incorporate all of this sort of stuff, even sauces, dips, any type of like baby liquidy monoform type of thing could be used on a liquidarian pranic type
Right.
of life. Yeah, it's very
Yeah.
flexible. We even include like tea, coffee, but they understand like if you're really in a coffee habit, or chocolate habit or whatever, drinking chocolate or tea or matcha, you can still have them. They're liquids, but over a space of a few years, you'll just drop them probably. But it might take a few years. But be gentle on yourself. But they're included in the liquidarian lifestyle. But
Yeah.
you can include like these type of like tea, coffee, hot chocolates on a raw food lifestyle too.
Right.
It's about degree. It's not about label like black or white, on or off. I'm raw vegan. I'm not raw vegan. I'm vegan, not vegan. I'm vegetarian. Not. Like I know it's like nice. Like oh, I'm this. Like feels great, and you have a lovely label and might feel good. But at the same time, it's all about degrees. It's a bit like saying I'm a good person. Well, how good are you? Well, how often are you
Yeah.
not perfect? You know? It's just like to say I'm human. I make mistakes, but I do my best, and for I'm trying to get more of the time like healthier or better, or you know.
I think you might say, I guess, like I'm just copying from that other juice feasting coach that I heard, but your
Yeah, yeah,
body
yeah,
will kind of like your body will kind of like tell you what you need.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Right?
And there's a time and a place to like do something specific or more stricter. It's okay to do that too if you really want it. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes you get great results faster. It could be just a little bit harder.
Yeah,
Nothing wrong with sometimes going through harder bouts in our life, but we get faster results. You know?
sure.
Yeah, yeah.
Also, you get more sensitive, and so I will say, like, I definitely did overeat a little bit in the afternoon, and I also had gone in the mountains too, hiking,
Cool.
and it was like maybe like 3 miles uphill, straight uphill, and then back down.
I thought I saw you. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I wish.
That'd
I
be
wish.
funny. Yeah, it's great. It was
I'd love
up.
to visit Ireland. I'm sure it's very beautiful.
Well, we'll meet up if you come over. Go up a mountain together.
Oh, nice.
We developed an
You're also
appetite.
welcome over here
Yeah.
too.
I'll go there. Cheers. If I go over there, we can do the same. Yeah.
Yeah,
Te- Teach me some swimming.
sure. Um, oh, and do you have two kids or do you have three kids?
Three.
You do. Wow, good
Yeah.
for you.
Well, I'm a full-time stepdad to two, and I have two biologically myself. So it's a little
Oh,
bit of a
okay.
long story, but living with three at the
Sure.
moment. Yeah.
So, is that three times harder than one kid for time management?
Well, it's definitely harder for sure, big time. One is way easier. I think two is much harder. One is way easier than two. Two is way a lot easier than three, for sure, big
Um,
time. I don't know how people say. I think like some people say like it's not makes. I think some people say it does make too much difference, but it definitely does. Like I don't know, unless you're like, unless you have a whole lot of like minders or helpers or like people helping out, I think then it's definitely a big
uh-huh.
difference. And like
Okay.
practically speaking, like don't forget, kids like your undivided attention and quality time. And it's literally harder to give. The more kids you have, it's a little bit harder and more competition for an individual child to get your undivided attention, at least for a longer
Uh-huh.
period you might want. So, yeah.
Did you do you think you that improved your time management skills? That's what me and my wife, oh my gosh, we're the worst. I mean, we're getting better, but still,
Yeah.
like managing time, being organized, keeping the house clean, all that stuff. I thought it would be a lot easier when I was a kid. So,
It's challenging. It's really yeah. Yeah, it's now we're like it's challenging. Like, we I don't know how many parents have like the perfectly tidy house if they have a good few children. It depends also if you have like grandparents helping out or if they're, full-time schooling, etc., etc., etc. Or, it really helps to have childminder, I mean, like grandparents helping a lot and maybe
uh-huh.
even a proper childminder who you love and resonate with. And yeah, parenting is a good topic and I like it. And it's definitely very tricky. It's a beautiful thing and a very challenging thing, but so sweet and beautiful and challenging.
And what are the ages of your kids?
3, 9, and 11.
3, 9, and 11. Oh, okay.
And what about you?
What,
What are you?
we just have one, and he's 9.
Ah, interesting. Yeah, cool. Our boy is 9 as well. Yeah.
Oh, you
Cool.
have a boy too.
Yeah, he's the boy in the middle. Girls on the outside.
Ah,
Yeah.
gotcha. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I have heard that childhood kind of ends after like 8.5 years old. Like that's also like a sort of like a like a milestone. So
Yeah, it does change. It's funny how much they can change in the space of 6 months to a year. It really is. And at the toddler age, like they change hugely sometimes within like a week or two or three, a few weeks, it's like, oh, you don't do that anymore and you start to do this now. you know. But
Uh-huh.
yeah, kind of saying when they're getting like your age, like the age of your kid as well. Yeah, just a little bit less obvious, but you notice then that after longer periods that like, oh, they're not the same as they used to be necessarily. But yeah, I think like really sweet innocence age is like up to, 0 to 7, 0 to 8, whatever, 8.5. Then they start to grow up a
Uh-huh.
bit more. Yeah.
Right. He's
Yeah.
still kind of like mentally young. He still
Ah,
sleeps with his mom.
that's sweet. Yeah. They're still children. Still like they definitely still vulnerable and impressionable and need us for sure up to a lot older than 8 or 9 or 11 or yeah. Parenting is a special sacred role, as you know, and it's like the nicest, most special role we'll ever really have. So it's really important to try and be as nice a parent as we can and understand our kids as much as we can and learn about more conscious parenting is very helpful as well because we leave an
Yeah,
impression for life. And yeah,
uh, yeah. I would like to have another one, but
yeah,
I feel like
beautiful.
I'm too old.
For energy, what age are you now actually?
Um,
Oh, you don't?
47.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Like it's up to you. It's up to you. If it's all about you're wiser. You think about it this way: you substitute energy for wisdom as you get older. It's like
Uh-huh.
it's like a bit like this kind of type of thing.
Right.
Yeah, yeah. I think I'm happier having a kid when I'm wiser. Definitely, I prefer to have my kid older like a kid.
Uh-huh.
Like my kids, you know, because having physical energy is great, like at the highest level when you're younger. But we can work on our health and energy as we get wiser and older. T- Many people will say, like so many people say they have more energy in their 40s, 50s, or 60s than they have in their 20s. If they're eating a long enough term raw vegan diet and they've done some cleanses potentially, and they've just peeled back the hands of time
Yeah.
compared to eating a terrible diet and lifestyle and poor living habits when they're in their 20s, or maybe they were sick in their 20s as well. But the thing is, you can't just suddenly get wisdom in your 20s or necessarily maybe in your 30s, especially your 20s. But racking up wisdom is amazing and life's experience and knowledge. So then you can really be a more healthy parent, and you can probably appreciate parenting, I think, a lot more when you're older. You think you're more like clued in and thinking about it. You're acknowledging what's happening in your life, and you're able to compare to other people or when you're younger. But if you had a kid in your 20s, I think a lot of people just automatically go through the motions and then suddenly they're grown up and you kind of like wake up then maybe. A lot of people wake up in their 30s or 40s or maybe longer. But these days people
Uh-huh.
wake up teenagers, 20s, 30s and 40s. But back in my day, people weren't waking up in their 20s as much at all. I started my
Uh-huh.
healing when I was 24. I was totally very different course or version of myself in my early 20s. So yeah, I'm really happy I've had a kid later on in life or kids later on, so I say. Yeah. So think about it. If you're up for it, and
Yeah.
maybe you'd be best, probably the best dad if you've ever been able to be, if you want to, of course.
Sure, sure. I think everything in my life is like a little bit delayed, and I worry too much. I worry about it too much. After I had a kid, I was like, no, we should have had a kid like 10 years before, you know?
Ah.
It was the best for sure, with the best experience of my life.
Me too. Yeah, me too. It's
That's
incredible,
why I'm
beautiful.
missing it, you know? He's growing up so much, and now I'm missing it. Plus, I'm working with all these kids, and I'm seeing them like,
So sweet. I know, I know. They're so adorable. I love kids. Uh, yeah, like you think you want another kid? Is it too personal to ask if your wife wants another kid or?
no, that's okay. She also wants, she's 37, so she's younger.
Ah, yeah, me
But
too.
I think I don't know. She has kind of bad health. She's also making some improvements. She's also trying to eat more raw. And I can see it. Her body is like draining the lymphatic
Cool.
fluid. You know, like her ring became more loose. And I could see it a little bit in her face. And
Yeah.
But when I first did the juice fast, she's like, "Don't talk to me about that juice fast. I don't care." And now she's like piquing her interest, you know. But she's had two um, miscarriages. One
Yeah.
recently, so I don't
Uh,
even know if it's gonna happen. I'm renounced that either it happens or it doesn't happen.
yeah.
Maybe it's better if it doesn't. See, my mind can go back and forth.
You know, what's meant to be is meant to be, and these weren't meant to be there. But with your new knowledge and her new ways, there's always a possibility that could go either way still. Probably more possibility that go the healthier way, you know? Like
Yeah,
sorry what happened though. Like I'm sure that was upsetting for both of you. And sorry, but that's like I know that's like a hard thing to go through. So yeah,
yeah,
blessings to you. But like the more she does like hone in her health, maybe take some women's herbs or hormones. I could forward you probably my top two or top one and women's formula, maybe top two.
yeah.
Really, really
Please.
good herbal formulas as well as more raw food. Even if she did like 2 or 3 or 4 day juice feast a few times per year, like that type of stuff, just keep racking up the health points. Really makes a big difference as well as earlier nights without the phone, without eating too late. Really boost your sleep quality. Helps heal your body the most by far of anything you do. And what you
Yeah.
eat in day helps your sleep too, even if you ate at 12 o'clock. What you eat helps your sleep. Going to bed early helps you sleep a lot. And going to bed without your phone in bed, using it before sleep helps like so much too. So rack up your health points, so to speak. I never say that, but I just saying it today for some reason, like a game, rack your health points.
Sure,
your,
sure.
your health bar. Just keep plugging
Right.
away. And with the herbs, yeah. Like I know amazing herbs for like organic shatavari really helps fertility big time. So
Oh,
people,
really?
if anyone watching, I've helped 2 couples who couldn't have kids get pregnant and have a healthy baby by getting them, giving them a
Really?
link with more extensive knowledge and research, massive amount of extensive knowledge and research for herbs and all these topics. Like so many, I've literally read thousands, 1,000 of testimonials of like dozens of different companies. Like just, I'm such a crazy researcher. I don't do as much anymore because I feel like I've almost done it all. I've looked at all the companies so much, all their products, all the reviews, all the. But listen, even me in my life, my first kid that I had, I was just buying some organic shatavari to help her like her female reproductive system over like a tune up for her health of her everything, female parts and her
Hmm.
hormones, and then she just go pregnant straight away. So
Wow.
like then that's how I realized that this stuff is potent. So then in the end, I remember throughout the years people saying like, oh, and like, I mean, my daughter like can't get pregnant. Her and her husband been trying for a long time. They're thinking of trying other methods, or maybe do you know anything that can help? I said, I know it. I definitely know what can help. Try this, and then they got pregnant like super fast as well. So
Wow,
it's really
really?
it's good for fertility, but good for your hormones and reproductive health and your adrenals. Yeah,
Oh, really?
Shatavari, yeah, amazing. Or get some more organic Shatavari if you want to. Yeah, we stay away. We stay away big time from Shatavari because I don't want any riskiness going on if we're not planning on having a baby.
Sure, sure.
It's potent. You wouldn't want to play around with that if you're not planning on having a baby. It's really crazy stuff.
Ah, interesting.
Yeah, yeah. And raw food is like super healthy for like fertility and like health, every single organ in your body, including your reproductive parts. Because I always pay attention to people's stories, which is really helpful because that's where the rubber hits the road. That's where like real life happens. Like what happens to people in real life, not just like what people say, but what actually really happens, and not what they're trying to sell you. But like I know a woman who's in her 40s. She couldn't. She thought she'd finish her opportunity to have kids. She wanted to have a kid. Actually, to be honest, I can't remember if she wanted to have a kid. I think she did, and she was very happy she got pregnant, but she couldn't have a kid for like so long. All she did was hop on a juicy fruit only challenge for like a month, and she got pregnant straight away. So I'm
Really?
just clean out the little ducts, clean out the little like tubes, clean out the little vessels, clean out the cells, boost your organ strength, boost your hormones. And there you go. Hey, presto. It's amazing.
Wow.
We don't told into this sort of stuff for a reason. They want to like people want to like sell us stuff and keep us in the dark, tell us fibs, the little. So yeah, it's great to know stuff that helps our lives.
Wow,
You know?
interesting.
Like this is
That's
a
great.
complete.
Thank you.
This is like loaded with protein, amino acids, antioxidants, plant nutrients, vitamins, minerals, hormone, oxygen, carbohydrates. It's great for building muscle. It's great for cleaning your intestines. It's great for alkalizing. It's great for oxygenating. It's great for nourishing. It's great for lubricating and creating like really healthy, strong cells. Like so many like nutrients of every single kind, including protein, essential fatty acids too. High in omega-3, which is usually a lot of people are short on omega-3s. Flax, chia, and hemp are the highest in omega-3. And so today I had it in flax and chia. I'd no hemp, but today I added in some sunflower sprouts as well, just for the goodness of it, for the heck of it. But
Oh,
this is
wow.
amazing. This is like great for athletes. It's great for nursing women. It's great for everything. It's
Huh.
great for staying on raw foods. It's great for your adrenals with ashwagandha. And berries are all berries are really good for your hormonal system. So goji berries in here, they say it's one of the best berries of superfoods around. So, raspberry, strawberry, blackberry, blueberry, cranberry, goji berry. All the berries are really good for your hormones. Berries are related to your hormonal system and your immune system. So if you want to boost your hormones, take some herbs for your hormones or take some berries. This is like the complete food, absolutely. Like, if you want to just put it that way, it's just super sustaining for an average person or someone starting or being on the raw food diet for a while. Really, like,
Uh-huh.
really good for sticking and sticking on the program like without less cravings and just feeling really, really good.
Wow, great.
Yeah. Juices are amazing.
Oh,
They will be less power, they'll be less like sustaining because they're much lighter, they'll be much more cleansing. But they're amazing nutrients in juices too. Amazing.
mhm.
They're just so much lighter, they'll make you detox more. And because less calories, you may feel fainter, a little bit fainter, or like lacking something, or like a little bit like wobbly-ish, possibly if you don't have enough juices. So it is important to have like between 4 and 6 liters of juice in a juice feast, typically, to be honest. Three at the bare
Right.
minimum, like three at the minimum, but between 3 and 6, depending if you're a tall man or a small woman, or if you're physically active or not physically active. Because literally, people can be like play semi-professional or tennis or like super active sport on a juice feast as well, or on liquids, of course, which is even denser. But if you're only on juice, people, if you have enough juice, like it's like 6 or 7, like between 5 and 7 liters a day, you could be like super physically active on a liquidarian or juice feast lifestyle. In
Yeah.
fact, people on a liquidarian lifestyle, they say like they're just incredible. They do 10K runs, they're amazing at it. They didn't even run much before. People on a long-term fruitarian lifestyle coming first in a race with 10,000, walking race with tens of thousands of other people, first in the women's category, like Anne Osborne. A lot of these people, the more older or middle-aged people on like healthy that like raw vegan type of stuff, they're less sort of in their ego, like trying to compete and beat others. But maybe if those in their 20s, they might be more competitive and doing races. But no matter what your age, people are always bumping up their performance like gigantically by having healthier body, by eating raw vegan lifestyle or liquidarian or doing juice feasts and just eating raw vegan diet. Like you're just going to totally have better physical performance. Well, I don't do for the physical performance, but it's super health. It's nice for that. But I definitely do for just having better happiness and mood, feeling
Mhm.
happier, better mood, feeling more peaceful and loving, just feeling kinder or happier. Just their goal to have those nicer emotions. Feeling more one or connected with like nature and animals and part of the world. They're all like priceless stuff. You can't even if you win a race in a triathlon, which Ted Carr started with doing amazing on a raw vegan lifestyle for over 10 years, doing triathlons. He's doing really, 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 really good. But no, you can't buy emotional well-being or spiritual well-being. It's just
Right, yeah.
if you win races, you get a high for a while, and then you're chasing your next race. I think that's why Ted gave up in the end doing the triathlons. He always wanted more. He was never satisfied with what he got. If he came second or third, I love Ted. Ted is amazing. Ted Carr, like he's now a multi-millionaire, shooting ready, waiting to become a billionaire. And he's like my business coach, so to speak. My business, him and his team are like my mentors for business because I knew nothing about that or tech stuff. But in terms of, yeah, he just because when you're chasing type of winning or competition, if you come second, third, or fourth, you're not happy. You want to come first, and then if you come first, you're like, then you have to sustain and come first the next time. And coming first, Teddy, he kind of felt bad when people coming in second or third or fourth or fifth. Then it's kind of like, but it's part of life. It's all like good. It's all meant to be. But when you get a bit older, you kind of like want different stuff in your life. I want to be a better parent, so like I need to want to look after my health, so I'm more happier with the kids and more patient instead of frustrated or tired.
Oh, and last question before I go. Can you give me some kind of like a miracle herb, like you're saying, you know, the one for female reproduction, like, because now I quit drinking coffee. Today
Oh,
is day 8, right? With no tea also. Coffee
all
was
right.
a long time back, but I don't know why every time I've quit, I've been like, man, it didn't give me any benefit at all. I don't know why I was even doing it. It's like so useless. Because you don't really feel any different, you know? I mean, I feel
Wow,
the same as I was.
you didn't
Yeah.
feel different after giving up coffee. Well, that's amazing. I don't know too many people who say that. How many coffees were you
Well,
having a
I mean,
day?
you feel different. You don't have the like up and down and the jitters and all that. But like caffeine didn't like, I don't know, improve my personality or anything, you know? Like I feel like the same person. I don't
Uh,
feel, you know what I
yeah,
mean? But
yeah. So it didn't
but
improve your personality giving it up.
but just for like repairing the damage, which I did by taking so much caffeine and sugar for so many years,
This will
what is
help.
the miracle? Oh,
Stick to raw foods consistently. More raw
yeah.
foods, or even all raw, or large amounts of raw food in your life will really help. Be consistent with it over months and years. These type of smoothies are the bomb. They'll help you so much in every way possible. Doing juice is incredible habit to have also. I don't do juices. I'm just not in the habit right now. I don't have my juicer out, that type of stuff. But I'm a consistent raw food eater with the rarest of occasions. I've basically been all raw all year except for tiny little small little smidgen, no warm food all year, except for a blended warm raw vegan soup. But yeah, like there are herbs you could take for like, coffee substitute. Is that what you're thinking of? Like a herbal coffee substitute mix? Is that what you're
You know,
thinking of?
like repairing the damage which I did to my body, like maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, it's an adrenal stimulant like coffee and caffeine. They're all adrenal stimulants. Yeah, yeah, definitely. You just stick to the program of being healthy. Like we've already covered all the things. Getting a
Yeah,
good quality sleep, that's the
yeah,
best you could do for your body with everything. Like for
right.
anything, basically getting. But if you have a very specific issue, like let's say sleep doesn't seem to be doing the job, or like you're not be able to pull off really good sleep perfectly, like continuously, then there is herbs for specific conditions. For example, there's herbs for your liver, there's herbs for your immune system, there's herbs for like kind of, there's herbs to help, you know, cancer. There's not, usually people are not allowed to say that anymore, censored. But I've been shadow banned and censored enough, so I'll say it one more time. But yeah, there's herbs for your eyes, there's herbs for your hair. So, but for coffee will affect your adrenal glands and the acidity in your body. So to help your adrenals is all about sleep. Get a good quality sleep to recharge your adrenal glands, and living a more all raw. Like if you want like the optimal all raw sun food, like all raw food diet, or liquidarian diet, or juicing diet, all raw, that's
Hmm.
going to help your quality of sleep hugely as well, irregardless of like how early you go to bed or how late you go to bed. It's going to help a lot. So early, without the phone as possible, as much as possible, with as much all raw as possible. Juices will definitely get a better sleep than if you do a day of juice. Really going to be much better, deeper sleep than a day of raw food eating.
Ah.
If you do a day of smoothies and other liquids, mixed liquids of any kind, that'll be definitely give you a better quality sleep than just doing a day of eating all raw food. And then, of
Hmm.
course, herbs for your adrenal glands like ashwagandha. And like, there's a lot of different herbs for your adrenal glands that can help. Cordyceps, ashwagandha, um, Oshiwu, and prepared Romania. Yeah.
Okay.
I have an adrenal formula in my store called Rejuvenate, which has a bunch of stuff. Um, or you could also take individual herbs, with one or two or three different herbs, that type of stuff.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah.
Cool, cool.
Does that kind of answer your question? More or less, yeah. That's pretty much it, really, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. All right, Owen, I gotta run.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
wish
yeah.
I could talk to you more, but thank you so
Ah,
much.
yeah, yeah. Thanks, Mike. It was nice to chat with you. It's always a pleasure. Lots of love, my friend.
Okay, maybe I'll
Well,
send you a text later in the week.
yeah, yeah, yeah. We'll get cracking with our work and parenting now. Both of us obviously parenting. Okay,
All
lots
right,
of love,
see
my
you.
friend.
Thanks.
See you. Thanks for the chat. Bye bye.
Bye.
Nah, let's press this button.